Bit of a quick informative video to do with ARB air lockers. Pretty straightforward stuff, most people already know. And I'm just going through a bit of wiring here while I'm at it, cleaning a few things up. How it works, you get started on something and one thing leads to another. So this front diff with the locker in it is coming out of the vehicle. It's a pretty straightforward unit. You can see the airline here, the blue airline underneath this corrugated split tubing. All right, that is what comes up with that zip tie there. I didn't install it. Straight down under there from the diff, so that'll all come out. We'll disconnect it at this end. Easiest way, to be quite honest, is probably just undo that nut there, and you just want to make sure you use some thread sealant on there to make sure it doesn't end up leaking when you reinstall it. I'm not sure about if this is a push-pull disconnect sort of thing, whatever. I'm not going to find out at the moment. When you buy the ARB compressor, it comes with a whole wiring, and by the looks of it, it's ready to just plug your lockers in. So the note for this one is front locker, we got at the front of the compressor. Front locker switch uses the yellow wire, so the yellow and black plug, not the green and black. So to be simple as unplugging that, you remove this. To spin that, we're probably going to have to take the tank off by loosening a couple of bolts, which we've got an ARB compressor video. Check that out, it'll be helpful. So this compressor's staying, but this solenoid arrangement will need to go with the locker, and it'll just plug in on the existing wiring loom of the ARB compressor in the other vehicle. It's been a long time, so I wasn't sure with this ARB wiring loom whether it was a separate loom for the locker or not. By the looks of it, it's not. So they give you this section without the plug on it. It's taped onto the loom. You put these four wires through the firewall, then you fit off those pins to that plug, then you plug in the rest of the loom, and that loom's got all the wires on it, so it's got your compressor. So obviously that wiring loom stays because it's got the compressor switch, which is staying. It's got the rear locker wires, if you like, that I'm not using, so the yellow and green there. And because they're pretty smart, they probably match up the colors. There's what, so we've got black, red, yellow and blue. At least that makes sense with the yellow here, right? So yellow and yellow, easy to figure that one out. If we looked in this taped up one, see there's a green one there, whatever, so that'd be the rear locker. I know there's a yellow one too, it's confusing, but don't worry about it. It actually says switch 1 and switch 2 on the wiring, stuff like that. So let's see if we can see that just to confirm. We're using the wiring that says switch 1. So that one, switch 1, is for the front locker. I believe that's what's being used there. Yep. And this is about the wiring configuration for the switch, so you don't have to get your manual out. There's 2 black ones at the top. So top of the switch, front locker, 2 black at the top. On the right side, red's second from the bottom, yellow at the bottom. The greeny bluey with a white line. It's a blue with a white line really at the bottom left around here. Right, so just showing you. And the blacks, they both look the same. They must be, I'm not thinking about it too hard, but it's black with a red dot on that one. And this one is also got black with a red dot. So I guess it doesn't matter which one those two go. So we're just going to unplug this. This wiring stays on the car, so it's a matter of just plugging in at this end, plugging it in that end, and bada bing, bada boom, baby. So there's the locker switch removed. That's what it looks like on the back there. Only 5 pins in use. And it probably tells you on the back there, it'll have some pictures, to be quite honest. All right, give you a bit of an idea what's going on with it. Anyway, bloody beautiful. Careful you don't get caught up on these things. These switches can get broken easy if you get caught up on them. Here I've just disconnected the yellow locker switch, so obviously that's no longer functional. Like I said, these components in my hand is what goes with the locker onto the next compressor. I've just got to find a plug. So these plugs, there's going to be a plug, so I've got to dig through a box and find a plug to plug up that tank to be able to remove that. So that's my next job before we go too much further outside here. Bada bing, bada boom. What locker? Might need a bit of a cleanup, but it's all gone on the inside here as far as it's going to be gone. So Steve-O, I'm going to need to grab a cap off here because I'm not sure if I'm going to have one there. Otherwise we've got to hit up ARB for one. They've probably got heaps sitting around. They throw them in the bin. Bada bing, bada boom. This is removing the compressor, and about all the information you need. It's fairly straightforward. Where's the problem? Catch you in the next video.